Man, I don't know if you're supposed to be shooting that efficiently from downtown. What's going on with the stroke this preseason?
Just trying to get back in the rhythm, find my game. Coach wants me to shoot more threes, and why not, get used to it in the preseason and get the shots up. So that's all it was. Just trying to find a rhythm and just be confident in my shot, be confident in the game, and work on my game in the preseason games before we get started.
First half reminded me, AD, of early in the bubble when you guys were mostly thinking about trying to stay healthy, but those competitive juices seem to come out. The defense picks up a level in the third quarter. Is that what happened to turn things around, even though it was a preseason game?
Yeah, anytime we go out there and play, we want to work on good habits, work on our game, and the thing that we can do is control how we play on defense. And Coach got us on about our defensive intensity at half, and we closed the first quarter and the second quarter pretty good. First quarter they had, I think, 39 points, and we held them to, I think, 20-something in the second quarter, and then played a great defensive half in the second half. So we want to continue to work on our defense and be a dominant defensive team like we were last year. And it starts in the preseason. We got new guys, so we're going to continue to figure each other out and find ways that we can be better than we were last year.
Yeah, you mentioned the defense last year. That was a big thing that carried you to the championship. How different is this team? And I know it's tricky to judge after the preseason games, AD,
yeah.
But how are you feeling about the way things are coming together heading into the opener?
We feel good. We feel very good. The things we were able to do on the defensive end so quickly with our new guys is, it involves a lot of trust. It involves a lot of the new guys caring about playing defense, and it's about our schemes. And Coach complimented us on how well we're gelling together on the defensive end, doing things that we're really not supposed to be doing this early. And we got a lot of great cerebral players, Mark, Wes, that we picked up. So Trez, and we've been able to do some things that necessarily probably wouldn't be able to do last year. But, two totally different teams, both teams defensive-minded. So we just take it team by team and try to figure out ways that we can be great on the defensive end. But I feel good about our team, going to our home opener, play two, Clippers twice and Phoenix twice, and saw two totally different teams, and we're able to win all four. But even though we feel good about where we are, we still have a long way to go.
And then last thing for you, AD, real quick, Chicago kid, Talen Horton-Tucker. You got that blood that runs deep there in the state of Illinois. What do you think of his preseason, and how does that help you going into the regular season?
He played his ass off. He's been great from day one. Even in the bubble, last year he's been great for us, and he's a kid who wants to learn, a kid who wants to go out there and compete and and get thrown in the fire. He doesn't shy away from matchups. He doesn't shy away from big moments. He listens, and that's all you can ask for from a guy who is a young player. And for him to come in and play with so much confidence and do good things for us on defense and on the offensive end is huge for us. And he's going to be a big role for us this year. And he's continuing to learn. This is, second year, and, he's still learning the game. So, the future is bright for him for sure.
Thanks, Eddie, man. We appreciate the time.
Yep, thanks, Mike.
All right, appreciate that, Mike. And Anthony Davis, AD, and LeBron in their final tune-up. They get extended minutes. LeBron plays 25. He ends up with 20. But I want to talk about Anthony Davis, guys. He is game ready, and it showed in that third quarter. He had 19 of his 35 in that third. He was 6 of 7 for 3 overall, 4 of 5 in that third quarter, and just 30 minutes, 35 points, Fish.
Yes, efficient. Still really wanted to try and figure out how to win this game. I don't think they felt like the world was going to end, obviously, if they did it. Talked about Frank Vogel really getting on them at halftime about their lack of defensive intensity. And that's really what seemed to turn them on, as they started to really lock in defensively. The Suns scored 39 points in the first quarter, finished with 113, 74 points the rest of the game. And so this Lakers team...
Is it Groundhog Day? Nope. It's just the NBA's preseason in 2020. LeBron and the Lakers are still in Phoenix for the second game of this 2-game road trip. LeBron scored 11 points in just 15 minutes on Wednesday. He and Anthony Davis will be ready come opening night. But will that require some minutes on the court tonight? The Lakers wrap up the preseason in Phoenix. Tip-off is at 7:30 right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. Will the Lakers complete the preseason a perfect 4-0? We will find out. As we say hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by the Hall of Famer, big game, James Worthy, 5-time champ, head coach of the LA Sparks, Derek Fisher. Mike and Mike are here, Trudell and Brez. Geeter's running point at halftime and postgame. We're all here. Best thing about tonight, though, is what? I ask you both.
We're 6 feet apart.
Well, way to keep it real.
Last game of the preseason.
Nailed it. Last game of the preseason. Isn't that the best feeling?
Yeah, I think for some people, but some people may not play a lot after the preseason ends. So,
Oh, there's that. Wow, you were just.
got to keep that in mind, too.
You came ready to go.
Yes.
And we are,
Coach is always thinking about, playing time and decisions like that,
You got me. All right. I'm going to try to pick it up. After playing in Game 3 of the preseason, LeBron James and Anthony Davis will be suiting up tonight. In Game 3, LeBron knocked off some of the rust. 11 points for LeBron in 15 minutes, 10 points for AD in 17 minutes of action. Both sat for the entire second half. Guys, so many people wondered, would LeBron and AD play? How much would they play? Tonight, it sounds like they're going to play even a little bit more than what they did in Game 3. I think that's a good sign. Final tune-up.
I'm not too surprised. A quick turnaround, two vital players to the team. They want to make sure that, the other players are used to their tendencies and also, get in a moment where they're getting ready. I mean, regular season starts next week. So I think it's okay, play a few minutes, get ready, let's go.
Yeah, no, I agree. I believe it's possible that they'll play more than they did on Wednesday night because the preseason is so short. And you don't have as many opportunities to get prepared for the regular season beginning on Tuesday, and those games count. And I don't believe this team wants to start the regular season as though they don't care about it. So I think tonight is part of the preparation process to get ready to run it back.
Let me stick with you for just a second, because from a coaching perspective, Fish, it's not like you need to see more from LeBron James and Anthony Davis in terms of what can they bring, but from the team as a whole, from the other guys, what are you looking to see in this final tune-up?
How well they fit next to those two guys, basically. The different lineups that you might be able to explore at different points in the game. Frank Vogel's thinking about, offensively and defensively, how does he find the right balance? If LeBron's on the floor next to AD, sometimes Gasol is in the middle, sometimes Gasol is off the floor. Kuz has been playing good basketball. THT is playing great basketball. Figuring out maybe with Schroeder out tonight, what additional guard play can we rely on? KCP, Wes Matthews. So there's a lot to still figure out because of all the new pieces.
And from that perspective, those guys probably still want to get that time in as well, next to their two superstars.
Absolutely. I mean, as a coach, I'm sure it's a good, problem to have. The Lakers have a lot of scenarios. And I don't know if the coaches are going to be, Derek can talk about this, I don't know if they're going to be able to, experience them all in the preseason. So they're going to try different combinations, see how Montrezl is a big pick and roll type of guy. You got to see how he's going to fit in with, different players. Marc Gasol, although he's, 12th year in the league, great passer. So, there's a lot of scenarios he's got to look at. So it's going to be interesting to see how, even after tonight's game going into regular season, how he, mixes up these combinations that he has. It's a nice problem to have, but as a coach, I'm sure it's kind of difficult. Minutes here, minutes there, lineups, mismatches, all that type of thing.
Right now, especially practice, you can't get enough of it, too. I mean, you think of the shortened offseason already, the way you've had to manage it. You don't play, opening night isn't until Tuesday. So you imagine he'll really use the practice time as well over the next few days.
As much as you can. Coaches, we love it. Players,
not so much.
So much.
Let's get you live across the hall. It's Lakers reporter Mike Trudell. Preseason finale tonight, Mike. We're only 4 days away from the regular season.
That's right, man, and I am ready to go. It's still going to be fun to watch this game tonight, though, and almost shocking how fun these preseason games have been. And the first thing that I wanted to get from Frank Vogel was just the who's in, who's out. We know that a couple guys were dealing with minor injuries, and we are going to see both KCP and Alex Caruso. Remember, they had the hip soreness that they probably could have played through were there a regular season game. Dennis Schroeder, though, they are going to hold out just for precautionary reasons. Had a little bit of swelling in the ankle that he hurt in the third quarter against Phoenix, but it did not sound like something that could keep him out of the preseason opener. So Vogel touched on a couple of other things moments ago with us, and let's go and take a look.
The biggest thing that we want to take from last season is the approach that got us there, and that was to not concentrate on pressure of repeating or pressure of winning the championship or bigger picture goals. It was really about staying in the moment and being really productive when we come in to do our work each day. And that message has been the same. Like, let's not think about the bigger picture here. Let's just think about getting better every day and understanding all the details that are going to lead to winning basketball. If you focus on the task at hand, focus on the job, the results will come. That's definitely a message for our group this year.
Hey, Frank. I'm wondering what it's been like being around Marc Gasol. I know we've seen, obviously, we all know what he can do on the floor, and you've talked about what he brings to the team, but just personality-wise and his leadership-wise, what has it been like being around him for an exposed period or extended period of time for the first time?
Yeah, Marc's been amazing. He's a great guy to be around. You can see just when you're talking to the group and you're talking hoops, just the intelligence factor. You know what I mean? Like he's a guy that, not only, look, there's a lot of smart guys in this league that, they're intelligent, but, it can be displaced. And, he's a guy that gets it. He understands the picture of how the pieces fit with this team and the way our coaching staff does things. And, he's been a joy to be around, on a daily basis, just, talking non-basketball items. And then, when you dive into the film and some of the things that we're trying to do with our group, you can see just how his intelligence and IQ is going to benefit us.
Definitely going to be fun. I know Fish, of course, had some time playing with a Gasol that went pretty well. And I don't think you guys need me to tell you that. Now, one other update, potentially.